Brandy and I are here to talk about a time in quarantine.
We have been experiencing our fair share of ups and downs in working from home. So we thought it would be helpful to share some tips and tricks of what has worked for us and just might work for other people in our company who are working from home.
And we know that not everyone is working from home during this time. And we just want to say that you guys are our heroes, those who are still going to work to sustain that front line. Like, we really appreciate you. So we really want this to be a very transparent video of just us blabbing about how we've been coping, how we've been dealing with the situation. So we got a couple of things on our list.
Well, one thing that I really think is just a good umbrella piece of advice, probably a good thing to lead off with, is to just do what works for you. So there are a lot of articles. I imagine you did some research, Christy. I know I did some research of different articles about like how to take care of yourself when you're working from home and you're in self-isolation. And a lot of it is one size fits all advice that isn't truly one size fits all. Make sure you get dressed for your workday, make sure that you're eating healthy and all that. But all those things look different to different people. Different people have different routines. People have, different preferences. So I think my biggest piece of advice is do what works best for you, even if it's not common advice. So if you want to work all day in your pajamas because that's what makes you feel best, do it. If you want to work out because it makes you feel good, do it. If you don't want to work out because it doesn't make you feel good, then don't work out.
One of the things that we did mention was that it's still important to have a routine, no matter what your routine looks like. The thing about working from home is that we now have the flexibility. So if we do need to start at 10 o'clock and work a little later, we can. If you want to start at 6 in the morning because that works better for you, you can.
I was not sticking to a routine, so I was going to bed when I felt like it, and I was waking up when I felt like it. It's not like I'm sleeping until 10 and then rolling out of bed to work at 10:30 necessarily. I wasn't that late, but it was like I would wake up at like 8 or 8:30, and then I'd be working like immediately after. Like I'd be going right to my computer. So then like I wouldn't be eating breakfast until like maybe 10, and then I wasn't showering until like noon or sometimes like in the afternoon, which felt weird. So then my schedule got all thrown off. I really like starting my morning being able to like spend some time with myself. So journaling, being able to eat breakfast, basically just not rolling out of bed and going straight to work. So I was like, this is enough. I've got to set a better routine. For me, it works to get up at 6 o'clock or 6:30 in that area, do some journaling, go for a walk, and that way I come back and I'm ready for coffee, breakfast, and to start work. A routine definitely like calm me down. It makes me feel a little bit more normal, and again, it helps me have that work-life balance, that work-life separation.
And honestly, once again, it's like that works for you.
Works for me.
Yeah, for myself, I cannot wake up at 6.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, like I just can't. But I feel like I'm actually a little bit more productive later in the afternoon for myself. Now I'm getting up more around like 8 to 15. But I feel more refreshed when I wake up. Like I feel like I got enough sleep. And that kind of segues into our next point here. Is that's really important to get enough sleep. Yep. Getting enough sleep will help with your mental health. It will help with your physical health. It will help with quality of life. We all know that like sleep is important, but it differs from like person to person. Like how much sleep you need. Brandy might only need 6 hours. I need 8 to 9 hours. So like, it really depends on the person. But you need to figure out how much sleep you need and try to stick to that, because then you know that you'll feel more refreshed the next morning.
Caveat here too is you and I are we are with partners, but we're not parents.
No.
So I imagine like some of the things we're saying, so like getting enough sleep, routines are pretty important with kids. I imagine a lot of parents do have pretty steady routines because their kids make them. Some of these things are obviously like a little bit more difficult for parents. So I guess that just kind of lumps right into like, you got to do what's best for you. If it's not so easy to get 8 hours of sleep, do your best and get as much as you can. Also considering that you have children who are waking you up at 5 a.m.
Like, it's hard during this time because it's hard to find a routine. And I mean, everyone's situation is different, but you sometimes might feel like you're not putting in good quality work or whatever you feel like. But you can't be so hard on yourself because like your situation different from mine, different from Brandy's. Like, so I think that it's just to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm trying my best. Stay hydrated. Something that I found during this time is that I wasn't drinking enough water. Yeah, so Brandy Hydration Unit. It's a well-known unit at Connect.
It's a well-known unit.
Yeah, because it's like it's like what
a lantern. Yeah, that's what Barish calls it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, stay hydrated. I know that plain water isn't for everyone. I add a cucumber in mine today.
Nice.
Give it a little like fresh kick to it. I'm okay with just water, but it's okay to like, you know, make your water a little more spicy, you know, like spice it up, you know.
Yep.
Staying hydrated helps you improve your sleep quality as well. Your body needs it to maintain, like, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, I'm like no, it's just what's working for us.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's helped my sleep a lot, and that, you know, it just like makes me feel better in general when I am hydrated.
So my next piece of advice is, if you're working from home, to find a place in the house that can be your work area. I'm fortunate enough that I have a desk that I already had set up for like doing art. So I have mine in like the den area of our living space. So it was already here for me. So it just automatically transitioned into being my work desk. The really nice thing is that I can close my laptop and tuck it away, and then it can still resume as my art desk in the evening. Some people don't have desks, so even if you're using like your dining room table, I think even just having like a seat at that dining room table where, again, like you can close that laptop, tuck it away, tuck your work papers and anything else you have, you know, into a drawer for the evening. I think that it's good just to have that, still have that separation so that you're not feeling so consumed with work, especially in a time that is stressful for many of us.
I'm actually working from my kitchen counter right now, but it works because when I'm done, I shut down all my stuff, and actually, like, I never come back to this specific scene.
Yeah.
It works. It's just, I guess it kind of became a thing where I'm like, oh, this is just like my workplace.
Yeah.
So then I try to keep that separation.
We don't have the physical separation anymore of going to the office and leaving the office, so you have to find other ways to get that boundary.
Yeah, totally. 100%. Another thing on the list is expose yourself to sunlight.
Yes.
So because we're stuck at home now pretty much all day, every day, I know that Brandy and I, we've been taking walks when we can. Brandy goes in the morning, I go after work, but just kind of walk around the neighborhood. But vitamin D is what we get from sunlight, and it actually helps regulate our mood. So because we're not out and about as much, we're really not getting much sunlight. There's other health benefits. I mean, I would recommend, if you are interested, to go Google it. This is my list. Go type in vitamin D.
I love your Google recommendations on these videos. You're like, just Google it.
I've been just going on, like, it ranges. Like, sometimes we go on 5-minute walks because we're just like, like, not feeling. But sometimes we go for like an hour walk.
Yeah.
So you just gotta look up for yourself and to keep that, 6 feet? 6 feet? Just, yeah.
A full bicycle away from other people.
And an adult bicycle, not a toddler. Like,
no, yeah, like an adult full-blown
like
bicycle.
An adult full-blown, yeah. Taking care of yourself. So to make sure that you're doing what will help you relax.
Yeah.
Whether that's putting on a mask, meditate, taking a bath, doing yoga, cooking, baking. I don't know, like whatever makes you feel relaxed, do it. Baking's a little these days because like apparently nowhere sells yeast.
Yeah. We've had a really hard time finding yeast because we're those people that are like, let's make bread. Well, I say us. It's Alana. It's not me. I'm not making bread. Let yourself have treats, and it's okay to indulge a little bit. Everybody's handling this time differently. There's some people who are thriving and they love it, and they're working from home, or like, you know, they're working in the branch and it's like, it's quiet and like the world is more peaceful. But there's like some other people, and I've definitely had moments of feeling extreme anxiety, like just for not knowing like what this all means, how long it's going to last, feeling cooped up in the house. So I know that we're all on the spectrum of like how well or bad we're taking this whole situation.
Like the precautions that you need to take. It is very important. And once again, like Alberta Health Services, it is Alberta Health Services, right? Is our go-to information now. So keep yourself updated with that.
Hopefully this video was educational, helpful, funny. Hopefully it just brightened your day a little bit.
Yes. If you like this video, can you even give us a thumbs up?
Yeah. Give us a thumbs up.
Oh, we're also on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.